Good morning, YouTube. We are on the road going from Ligao to Tikbouw Highlands. This is a brand new road, as you can see. This is the road where I climb a lot up because Ligao city, there far down there, is about 24 meters above sea level. And if we go up all the way to Tikbouw Highlands, that's up there, that's 420 meters. So it's a 400 meter climb in height. This road is about 4 kilometers, maybe 3.5. So that means that the average climbing percentage of this road is about 10%. Now there are some places which is flat, lucky, and that actually means that the climbing places that the road is going up is going to be like 12 or 13%. That being said, this is a follow-up of the Honda ADV that I recently tuned. You can see that in my other video. And we did some upgrades, and I decided to make a video to show you the results and what happens and what's the difference. Actually, I got some comments here and there on that video say, okay, but can you tell us the difference? What's the outcome of your tuning? And I thought about it a little bit and thought, okay, how am I going to explain that? So how am I going to explain you in the best way my difference in tuning and in modifications? I think it's simple. What I like to compare to you are 3 stages. So stage 1 is the acceleration from 0 to 40. How fast is this motorcycle accelerating? That's stage 1. Stage 2 is the middle sector. It's from 40 kilometers to 80 kilometers. This is what we use on the national roads here. And the last stage is stage 3. It's from 80 kilometers until somewhere your max speed that you can do. So those things are the important ones. And then the one that I found really important is how good is it in climbing up, especially these kind of roads that go up very steep. That's the first time. I will come back to that later. More important is that you understand the number of horsepower. What I found is that if you buy a motorcycle, they really like to advertise you with how much power this motorcycle has. And it's probably all measured in the correct way. But for example, this ADV is advertised with 15.8 horsepower. To go short, 16 horsepower. But this 16 horsepower is not the horsepower that you will get on your rear wheel. There are several factors that will bring that down. If you are lucky and you have a stock Honda ADV with your 15.8 horsepower, you must be super lucky to get about 13 to 13.2 horsepower on your rear wheel. And that is because you have your engine, you have your connection to your CVT, then going to your clutch, then going to your gearbox, and then to your rear wheel. So all these parts, they eat a little horsepower out of your engine. So 15.8 is actually about 13 on your rear wheel. Keep that in mind. Then I'm going to talk a little about throttle response, about the top speed, and about the fuel consumption. So in January 2024, I bought this motorcycle in stock configuration. All the stages, so stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3 are smooth. The acceleration is fine. Your mid-range from 40 to 80, so the stage 2 is fine. And your stage 3 going to the top speed is a bit slower. but it will reach somewhere about 110, 115 kilometers an hour. Here in this area, I found that almost impossible to do, but it works. So my main big disappointment with this stock ADV is on roads like this. Because as soon as you need to climb up, and it can be long climbs or short steep climbs, it's disappointing. I managed to get out a decent speed of 45, maybe 50 kilometers per hour going up. That's it. And I found that not enough. With a motorcycle like this, with those so-called 16 horsepower, you expect to go faster going up, but it's not. So you can play a little bit with the CVT. Stock, there are 18 grams fly balls in there. And after a few months, I changed that into 17. And after a few months again to 16 grams. And in the stage 1, from 0 to 40, that is an improvement. It is a slight improvement. You feel that it will accelerate a little bit better, but that's it. It has no effect on stage 2 and it has no effect on stage 3. It's just accelerating a little bit better. That's it. All right, we are almost on top of Tikbouw Highlands with the beautiful views here, 400 meters high. And we continue my story about the upgrades. So after a year, we went to a big modification, snail speed, Joubert, Big Owl City. I told him about my acceleration and my wish to make that faster and better. So this is what we did. We completely rebuilt the CVT. We cupped the flywheel housing, the flyball housing, and we angled that so that the pulley belt had more power on it. We changed the fly balls into 13 grams. We removed the ref limiter, bring that to 11,000 RPM, and then we completely remapped it. The result was that we gained, and we have now 18 horsepower and 16.3 horsepower on the wheels. So what does that mean in the stages? In stage 1, we had an absolutely huge improvement in acceleration. This thing is flying from 0 to 40. It's crazy. It's almost pulling it out of your hands. For a 160cc, it's very, very impressive. It does that in a way because the ref limiter is gone and you limit all the way up to 8 or 9,000 RPM with acceleration, and it's just fast. It's just crazy fast. For in the cities, for overtaking tricycles like that, this is the way to go. In stage 2, from 40 to 80 kilometers per hour, it is absolutely faster than stock. Absolutely, it's much faster to reach 80, and the throttle response is very nice. So yeah, it's good. It's better than stock. In stage 3, from 80 to 100, it is better than stock, but not by much. Actually, it started to rain a little. Actually, the top speed is less. So my top speed went down from 115 to 105. So in general, all good. What was most important is climbing up, and that climbing up improved significantly because we went to somewhere between 65 and 68 kilometers going up instead of 45 to 50. So yes, it's much stronger in climbing. The throttle response is super aggressive, especially in the beginning. In stage 1, it's very aggressive. After stage 2, so between stage 2 and stage 3, it becomes like stock, so a normal response. Your fuel consumption is less. That means you use more fuel for the same kilometers. It's going down to 35 or 36 kilometers on 1 liter. Um, One thing that I did not like about that modification is if you're going slow, somewhere around 25, 30, and you need to fall in line for traffic or waiting for a tricycle to overtake or things like that, then the engine is revving pretty high um, uh, because of the configuration. So that means you're always running a high revving engine. It's never a, so to say, comfortable or smooth running. It's always high rev. So for the racers and the camotes under us, this is the way to go. So why did I upgrade to a big bore, and what's the difference? The big bore kit that we did a few weeks ago brings us from 157 to 173 cc. We ported the cylinder head to match the fuel and the flow of the fuel. We put a race cam in there, a 5.6 race cam. We put stronger valves, stronger valve springs. Valve springs in there. A bigger injector and a GVT pipe, which is this pipe, which I camouflaged with the original fairings on the pipe, but it is actually a GVT pipe. So what did this do compared to the stock version and compared to my first mod version? So the stage 1 acceleration from 0 to 40 is slightly slower than my modification version. And that has to do with the amount of RPM that it brings. The RPM goes down, way down. It's like between 4,000 and 6,000 RPM. So you would say, yeah, of course it's slower, but we gained a lot of torque. So that means it is actually accelerating almost in the same way, a little slower, but almost the same, with a much lower RPM. Then we go to stage 2. This is where it is. Stage 2 is ballistic. It's super fast. It just keeps on pulling. It's much faster than the modification version. It doesn't even come close to the stock version. Then stage 3, from 80 kilometers up, going to, well, your top speed. I stopped at 117, and then I was running 8,000 RPM, and there's still like 3,000 RPM to go. So I'm absolutely sure you can do 135, 140 with this version. So the torque in the engine is where the improvement is. Now, it is in throttle response a little less aggressive as the modification version. But the other side is, if you're doing 75 or 80 and you want to go faster, then the throttle response is aggressive. It just wants more. So that is new for me. So the climbing part, going up, this is where it excels. This road where I did in stock version 45, a modification version like 65, in here with this big bore version, we're doing 85, and I cannot go faster because the turns in the climb. So it can go faster, but I cannot go faster. So it's absolutely a climb beast. Fuel consumption, surprise, surprise, 39 kilometers on 1 liter. So it's better than the modification version. So in all, it has a better balanced torque response. And again, stage 1 is almost the same as the modification, but with a much lower RPM. And therefore, maybe it sounds not so fast, but it is fast. So this is my experience in the way that I wanted to tune this ADV. There are a lot of people who want to tune only on top speed. The remapping in how you do that is super important. So it all depends on what you want. But for here in the Philippines, with in general the bad roads that we have here, the small roads that we have here, top speed is, in my opinion, not important. Anything over 85 is already a risk. And you want, in my opinion, acceleration due to the traffic. And that's exactly what this one is doing. If you're living in the province, like me, and you have roads like this, going up with at least 18 to 20%, your big bore is the answer for everything, because the engine is saying, give it to me, I will bring it all. There's no problem with that. We are on top of Tigbao Highlands. Beautiful sightseeing here when it's beautiful weather. At the moment, not so. It's okay. I just got washed the rain by a little rain. It's fine. Conclusions. ADV 160 stock is a fine motorcycle. It's super reliable. They call it here the matras because the suspension is really good. It's a fine motorcycle, and you don't have to climb. If you don't want to do anything, keep it stock. It's nice. The modification that I did is, in my opinion, absolutely necessary if you want to climb a little bit and if you're in traffic, because overtaking is so much more easy. It will cost you some extra fuel, but other than that, it's a very, very, very good upgrade, especially for the money, because it's not super expensive. If you want to go all the way, 175cc with big bore and all the extras that I did, you will gain a lot extra. We made 22 horsepower on the engine and 18 and a half on the rear wheel, compared to stock, which is like 15.8 and 13. That's a big upgrade. Um, the engine and the motorcycle by itself doesn't act differently, only then it's just much faster. So that will cost you a little money, a little bit more than just the mod version, but it's worth it if that is your goal. So conclusion, it all depends. It depends on what you like. It depends on what you need. But for sportive riding, no limitations in climbing. Um, the big bore is absolutely um, my advice. So I'll leave it to that, and you can decide yourself what you want to do.